Hi, good morning everyone. In this particular video, we are going to learn what is machine learning, the definition of machine learning and the different stages of machine learning. We know all that the machine learning become very popular these days. So coming to this particular video in which we are going to learn the definition of machine learning and the different stages of machine learning. Along with this, we are going to learn how it can be used in the field of life sciences or related to the life sciences like health sciences, how we can use it, this particular approach. So what is machine learning in general? So coming to the definition of machine learning can be defined as a process where the machine understands the patterns which are present in the data. So when we give data in the form of input to a machine, the machine understands the underlying relationships which is present inside the data. So it understands the patterns present inside the data, and when a new data is given to that particular machine, so by using the patterns that are present in the trained data, so it takes a decision. So that means the machine can take a decision on the new input data by using the knowledge that he gained, that the machine has gained from the training data. So in this process, so the machine can take a decision that is so important. So it can classify the data into groups, or it can even guess or predicts the possibility of something. Also it can understands the relationship between the two variables. So this is possible with the machine learning. So coming to the stages of the machine learning. So in this machine learning, we are going to see the different stages now. We are going to understand the different stages. So the machine learning, it starts with the data collection. So the process of machine learning, it starts with the data collection. So the data must be collected to give as an input to the machine. So the data which we collect should be in a very good quality, so that the machine can understand the patterns which can be more realistic to the real world. That's why the data must not have any errors, or must be very good quality. Then the next one is the data preparation. So under data preparation, we remove some data points from data set, because those data points may not be having complete information. So such data points must be removed. So that is very important. And the process of eliminating some data points, we call it a clean. So the next one is the model selection. So this model selection is one important step in the process of machine learning. So in this particular model selection, so this model selection is completely depends on the output that we are expecting from the data. The output which we are expecting from the data. Suppose we are expecting an output which is a logical output like yes or no. So in such case, we use a particular type of model. And if it is not a logical type, it is a numerical type, a relationship between two variables, that like regression, or just want to predict something. So we use different models for it. So that is very important. So when the model is developed from the data that we submit, or that we give it to the machine, so this machine sets the parameters. That is very important. When it prepares the model, so it sets the parameters. So parameters like some constant values. For example, when we take a regression line where y equal to mx plus c, where we know that m and c are the constants. So the c is the intercept on the y-axis, and m is again a coefficient value of x. Okay, so these constant values we call it parameters. So the values of parameters are set during the preparation of the model. So after that, model training, this is another important one. So we give more and more data to this machine to develop the model. So after that, we also evaluate this model by giving new data. When we submit a new data to model, if the model gives output which is very close to the real data, then we say that there is no error in the model. If suppose the machine provides output which is not matching to the real world data, then that means the model that has the model which developed the parameters are not correct with respect to the data. Therefore, the machine has to again change its parameters like constant values. Therefore, the output should match to the real world data. That is another aspect where we evaluate the model, how much accurate the model to a real world data. So this is how we generally develop a model by taking the data. So the machine understands the patterns, understands the underlying relationship which is present inside the data points, and develops a model. And when this model is ready, so this model can be tested, and if it is if it produces accurate results, so this can be used in a real world. So for example, where we can use this machine learning approaches in case of the health sector, it has so much of scope. It has so much of scope to use it. For example, when a woman with a breast cancer approaches doctor, so doctor may see the different records which are related to the diagnosis of that particular woman. So he may have mammography results, he may have the other biopsy results and other all results. So to take a decision for a doctor may take a time, or sometimes maybe some human errors comes in when it comes to the taking a decision. So when a model is developed by taking a data, and when we use the machine learning approaches to diagnosis, so there will be less errors, and also the decision is very quick. So that's why it has a lot of role to play, even not with respect to this diagnosis, even for a treatment, personalized medicine and everything. So the machine learning models are more useful. Therefore, this machine learning is not a subject which is only related to a particular domain. So it has more role to play in the field of the health sciences, in the life sciences. So this is the basic information of the machine learning. So where, like, it's a general learning process. Even a human, he takes the data, he understands the process, and when he observes a same phenomenon outside, he takes the decision from his previous experience. So same the machines, there we give data to machines. The machines, they understand the pattern inside of it, and when we ask to take a decision, a machine with respect to new data, so by using the knowledge that it has gained from the trained data, it takes a decision. So thank you for seeing this.